Hey everybody, I'm back. Sorry about the long delay. Anyways, I really do have more time now, so I'm going to keep on working on this book. In the meantime, between recordings, of course, I will be working on other projects like my own channel and a book that some of you might know. Anyways, on with the story reading. Solace, A Rainbow Quest AU by FC Princess X. Narrated by Enigma Glacier. Part 6. The Beginning of Solace. I'm here to see the person caught before my arrival. That voice was familiar. Yet I couldn't remember where I had heard it before. I shift over onto my side and feel the mattress under me, which was surprisingly soft and comfortable. I let out a content little sigh as I snuggle further under the soft covers, which tickled my cheeks gently. A dull throbbing filled my head as the soft twittering of birds outside met my ears. It was no doubt morning already, but I just wanted to sleep more. I wonder for a moment why Shadow hadn't bothered me awake like usual and bury my face into the soft sheets, letting the smell of them fill my nose. It only occurred to me now that the smell of the covers wasn't familiar like the ones I have at home. The ache in my head worsens a bit, and I wince, hoping I didn't have another headache. A sudden hand on my shoulder causes me to bolt awake, simultaneously letting out a girly yelp and kicking myself off the wall near the bed, as I wasn't prepared for anything of the sort. Sands of time, what the? The person who had placed their hand on my shoulder exclaimed in breathless shock, now pinned under my body as I had accidentally landed on top of them when I kicked myself off the bed. I scrambled off of him in a panic as two people donned in red armor and capes rushed in, armed with swords. My head worsens as I dash over to the far corner of the room, my heart beating rapidly in my chest. One of the people helps the guy up from the ground, and the other draws a sword, keeping me where I was. "You all right, Lieutenant Time?" The guard, helping the man up, asks. I stop, dead, as it only took a moment of me looking at the now standing Steve that it struck me. His usually covered ashen hair shone in the faint light that came in through the barred window, as his eyes from under a clock mask met my covered ones with a moment of recognition in them. "Time? How am I?" I stutter in shock and take another look at the guards. Both were red Steves with red poppies tucked behind their ears, red leather shoulder mantles, and iron breastplates. My heart beat fast in my chest as my eyes flitted from my old friend to the Steves who stood staring at me. "Sabre?" Time's voice, only slightly muffled from under his mask, quivers, and in a hesitant moment, he's pulling me in for a hug, his warmth setting me straight in reality. I just stand there in shock as Time holds me tightly, then finally reach up and hug him back similarly. Tears prick at the corner of my eyes as I shakily breathe out, finally near the friends I had grown close to since I got locked into this reality. I rest my face into Time's shoulder, feeling the silent ticking of his heartbeat through his clothes. One of the red Steves clears his throat, and Time shifts to look over at them for a moment. "I'm sorry, sir. How do you know this person?" The red Steve questions as I tune out the conversation, just letting myself listen to the ticking of Time's heart. It was a soothing feeling to me, as I knew I was safe. Time was here, and I was back in the Steve realm. Though how long had passed? Was Light still around? I shift to look at Time, who paused his conversation momentarily to look at me, not questioning why I had been laying my head on his chest. I make to ask him about Light, but stop and glance awkwardly off to the corner as Time rests his hand on my back, keeping me close enough to rest my head back on his chest. It was as if he knew I needed somebody to be close right now.
I thought you said he was your lover before, sir.
I catch one of the Red Steves saying, and snap to reality, my face turning red.
Wait. No, we are close friends. None of that.
I say, panicked, and waving my hands as Time glances at me confused for a moment before facepalming.
Right, I got it mixed up again. I could never clearly remember which type of relationship it was.
Time mumbles and looks at me, his mask hiding any sort of emotion on his face.
He was lucky. I had no doubt my face had turned beet red.
I shift away from Time, awkward now, and he reaches up to rub the back of his head in the same manner. It was now that I realized how clingy I had been to him earlier with the hug. I guess I had really been away from anybody for so long I was severely touch-deprived.
I'm just gonna wait at the door.
The other guard mumbles and awkwardly goes back to the door, his companion following swiftly behind him. Now it was just me and Time in the room alone.
So, catch-up time, I assume?
I ask Time semi-quietly, after a moment of silence, and he nods, while glancing off to the side.
This was going to be one heck of a long story in some parts
I didn't even know about.